Hey, how's it going everyone? My name is Gojo Sensei and welcome back to Genshin Impact. So yeah, how's everyone doing? Let me know down in the comments below. My day on the other hand has been going well. Yeah, today we'll be doing the story quest for Navia. So yeah, I'm playing this like a day after the release of the 4.3 patch for Genshin. So anyway, let's just jump straight into it. I don't want to like waste more time like talking. So anyways, yep. All right.
Well, if it isn't my dear partners.
Hello.
That voice! It's Navia!
Yep.
I didn't expect to run into you guys here today. Are you headed somewhere?
Well, no plans in particular.
How about you, Navia? Are you still busy rebuilding Poisson?
We've wrapped up most of the rebuilding, but there are still a few things left to take care of.
Okay. What sort of
Stocking
things?
up on materials,
Oh.
confirming construction timelines, discussing compensation terms with families affected by the disaster. Between all of that, I've been making a lot of trips between the court and Poisson.
It's like you're like a town mayor. If Poisson is like a town. Should you really be the one suffering compensation? That's what I'm gonna say.
Well, though the victims have received relief payments from the court, in my opinion, as the administrators of Poisson, Spina di Rosula should take some responsibility as well.
What does she
Our
sound
financial
like?
situation right now isn't the best, so all we've been doing
Hu
is
Tao
signing
for some
agreements
reason.
for the damages to be repaid at a later date. They're
Sounds a
just
bit like
pieces of
Hu
paper
Tao.
now. They demonstrate our commitment. They're necessary to restore the people's faith in us.
Okay.
Whoa! Spoken like a true president. You're a really responsible leader. That must
Yeah.
be taking up most of your time, though, right?
Oh, you bet. Between that and all the other errands I have to run at the court, I'm always forgetting one thing or another. So before I came over this time, I took a page from Melusa's book and decided to make a list of everything. This way, it's easy to see which tasks you haven't checked off.
And then...
And then, since Melus loved using shorthand, I decided to also follow his example and come up with some shorthand of my own. But after running a few errands in the city, I'm kind of struggling to even read my own handwriting anymore.
That's why you should make like rules
That
first.
does sound like you, alright. So
Um,
what kind of shorthand did you use?
Oh, wanna take a look?
yeah.
See.
Well, that's...
There's nothing here but a bunch of weird symbols.
yeah, Paimon. I mean,
This
like, that's
looks
the point
a-
of
a piece of tape
shorthand.
wrapped around a stick, and this other one. Is it supposed to be a boar in a box?
The first one has to do with confirming the final payment amount for the fishermen, while the second one is a reminder to try the new burger that just hit the market.
Okay, Paimon can definitely see how you might forget what each of these mean.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe just use like a standardized shorthand symbols, or what you can do instead is like make some sort of guide first, and then like write it down on what those shorthand means if you're gonna be like making your own, so you don't forget. But anyways, I'm just gonna say just use like a standardized. You don't have to think
Thank you for
about
your advice.
the whole thing.
These are the kinds of things you only really figure out once you've tried them out yourself.
Well, I'm just giving
I thought that
advice.
as long as I understood my shorthand when I came up with it, I'd be sure to remember the symbols when I looked at them later. Unfortunately, I've definitely proven myself wrong.
Now you know for next time.
Yeah.
Anyway, I should have already taken care of most of the things on the list. There are still a few symbols that I can't decipher, but I don't think they're anything too super important. Worst comes to worst, I'll just make another trip.
Yeah.
So you're going to head back now?
Yep, that's the plan. Oh, actually, since we talked about the reconstruction earlier, wanna come with me and check
There's
out
just
the
like a
town for
kid like
yourself?
jumping up and down
You
there.
said you don't have any
The
plans,
top right
right?
earlier.
So we can just catch a boat and head over. It won't take long at all.
It's a bit sudden, but Paimon doesn't see why not. What do you think, Traveler?
Yeah, I'm
Then
interested.
let's go.
Let's
We'll
go.
take a boat over.
Yeah.
You mean the Aquabus, right? Like the Clementine line?
Oh, sorry. I meant our own boat. The Aquabus doesn't have a station near Poisson, so we'll use one of the Spina's boats.
Like I was wondering earlier, like why is this like different color from this? But now that I've read it, probably this one is just like gonna allow me to like explore and not continue the quest, but this one will continue
Alright,
the
follow
quest.
me. I'll take you there.
Okay. That's cool. That's like the first time I saw that. I think that's like an additional thing that they added. Now, just in case you don't want to do the quest
The
yet.
engineer is still doing a few routine safety checks. We can head out as soon as we get the green light.
Okay.
So, Paimon has always wanted to ask. The 3 Aquabus lines are all named after people in your family,
Did
right?
your like family build it?
Yeah, that's right. Callus and Navia are self-explanatory, while Clementine was the name that my mother went by.
So Spina the Rasula was one of the main sponsors for the construction, right? I would say probably the main, not just like one of the main. The fact that they like the lines themselves are like named named to like the name like the family members.
If you provided the Mora to build the lines, then why isn't there even a dedicated line to Poisson? Spina di Rosula built all the lines, yet you still have to take a special boat just to go home. Paimon doesn't get it.
I mean, the boat can take you anywhere.
Well, what I heard is that most of our businesses don't actually use Poisson as a hub. So there was no real reason to build a line straight
Poisson
to
is a
Poisson.
home, not a freaking business
You are
hub.
right that it is a bit strange, though. If you've already committed to build 3 lines, why not just add a 4th?
Yeah, that's what Paimon's saying. The Aquabus is so convenient, it's really a huge shame.
Well, it is what it is. You know what my father was like. Even I often struggled to
Actually, I
figure
don't
out
know
what was going
what your
on in
father
his
was
head.
like. I've never met him, I think. Well, something that big also wouldn't have been just his call. Yeah, perhaps the rest. Ah, yeah.
But that would only be the case if he cared about what others thought. My father was always really stubborn. Once he made up his mind, good luck getting him to change it. From what I've heard, the rights of all the other members of the Spina only went as far as giving him advice or suggestions, and no farther. That included my mother, too.
Huh. Well, that explains why you weren't on the greatest of terms with him.
Was she?
Yeah,
I didn't actually remember.
Because I wouldn't just let him keep getting his way. He was just...
I always
not
thought like
very
you
agreeable.
thought of your father
Boss, the
fondly,
boat's ready. We can head out.
but I guess not.
All right, then let...
Because I remember like previous Archon quest, for those who watched it as well. He was like she was like crying over her father's grave, but that kind of makes sense because I mean, you tend to remember people who died in a like a
It'll be a
positive
while
light
before
way.
we
You
get
don't
to
want to
Poisson.
remember them in a
Let's keep
negative
talking.
light.
Navia, what was your mother like as a person? Oh, I'm sorry. She totally forgot that you mentioned before that she passed away during childbirth, so you probably don't remember her at all.
I didn't even remember that as well.
That's all right. I've heard many stories about her from the rest of the Spina. They've always said that they were sure we would have gotten along famously. While my papa was stiff like a board, my mother was supposedly super cheerful and funny. Their complementary personalities allowed them to make up for each other's flaws. My father would run the businesses and expand our reach, while my mother would keep the peace and make sure that everyone was happy. Their work made sure that the Spina could grow and thrive.
Sounds like they were not just a well-matched couple, but fantastic business partners as well.
Yeah, they're like
Yeah,
opposite to each
but
other.
those are just stories and anecdotes after all.
Oh, there's
It's
like
hard for
freaking
me to piece together a more
like
complete
Mora
and
box
intimate
floating
picture of
there.
her. But sometimes I'd still look at the Clementine line and wonder, would the Spina and Poisson still be what they are today had my mother survived? Silver once said that a name is a kind of inscription, a way to etch a memory into the world. When given a name, a cold, inanimate object can gain a completely new meaning. So, I will always associate the line with her in my heart.
Okay.
Over the past few weeks, I've also begun to appreciate how water can take in and hold our most intense feelings and memories, as well as how one may reflect on their past by watching the sea. I've lost
Okay.
many beloved people and memories to the sea. Even though I cannot stop for them and must continue to keep moving, the fact won't change that they existed in my life and gave me the reason and motivation to move forward.
Missing Melus and Silver.
Always.
Oh,
But
I
no
didn't
matter
click
what,
anything.
We
Just
can't
suddenly
change the
like
past.
chose the option for
But
me. Just like
I tell
like
myself
scroll
that I
down.
need to keep
know
looking
what happened
towards
there.
the future. Everyone, even my parents, have already overcome so many obstacles. Besides, I'm the president of Spina di Rosula. I've got to keep my chin up.
Yeah. I was thinking earlier that Melus was referring to Melusines for some reason.
We've reached the shore.
Like the small
Let's go. I'll show you the new poisson.
people here on Fontaine. The one who looks like cats. Not cats, but like animals.
Navia, do you think she's doing alright?
I don't know. We've all been having to cope with one thing or another. And just to say, she seems to be
Okay.
managing.
Paimon supposes you're right. She's really been through a lot. It couldn't have been easy shouldering so much by herself.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Where do we need to go? Oh, I need to go down here. How do like regular people go down here? It's not, oh, okay, there's like a freaking ladder, but this doesn't even look like a real ladder. It's like one thing here in Genshin. I don't like. There are some places in Genshin where like there are people there, but there's don't seem to be like a logical way to actually get there for a regular person, which is weird, you know. Like mountains in Liyue, for example, there are like people out up there, like in the one with like the pillars, like stone pillars. I don't know what that area was called or is called. But yeah, there's like two people up on one of those stones. It's weird. There's like no path to go up there.
Welcome back to Poisson.
Oh, hey! Fancy seeing you again, Florent. Is it your turn to take care of Navia now?
Hey,
You just have like
I can
someone
totally
taking care
take
of you.
care of myself.
Yeah.
For the time being, I'll go around without any attendance. We
Okay.
did hand over some of Melus's old responsibilities to Florent, though. It's been really nice to have him around to help out.
Thank
Yeah.
you for the compliment. As you see, I've been working closely with the boss on rebuilding Poisson. Mr. Malus was an extremely capable and respected member of the Spina. I've got some really big shoes to fill.
All right. There's no need to be so formal. Everyone's practically old friends by now. Were you waiting here for me? Did we manage to make any progress on the statue?
What kind of
Yeah, we
statue
contacted
are
a
you
sculptor
guys
about the job.
making?
But they can't get started on sourcing a correctly sized block without knowing the design that we want to use first.
You're commissioning a statue?
So basically, we've
Oh.
been meaning to commission a statue of my parents in commemoration of everything they've done for the Spina and the town of Poisson. But since my father was known as callous and unfaithful for the longest time, it would
Why
have
was he
been too
called the
controversial
Unfaithful?
to commission a statue of him. But now that his name has been cleared and the town is also being rebuilt, I thought this would be the perfect chance to actually realize this dream.
Funds
I
to build
feel
the
like
statue were freely donated by the people of Poisson to show their appreciation for Miss Clementine and Mr. Callis and everything they did.
don't get me wrong, Navia. Statue is great and all, but I feel like the money for building those or whatever resources you are using to build like a statue will be better use to help out the people, especially like right after the disaster they've encountered with the whole Archon quest happening. Shouldn't Navia be featured with them too?
Me? I'm just the newbie president that's
Me?
running around and causing everyone trouble.
Man, my controller's so
Maybe we can
dirty.
have this conversation again in a few decades.
I don't know
once I've done more for the
why the
town
hell
and
is
people.
like this.
Hey,
Is
there's
it like
no need to
some
be so humble.
weird?
Didn't you just help save the entire country?
I agree wholeheartedly. I also believe that Boss should have a place on the statue.
Hey, if you keep inflating my ego like this, I might just float off into the sky with my parasol. Just kidding. There's no way that I'd accept that kind of compliment at face value. At a minimum, I'd have to match what my father did for the people.
Well, it'll just be a matter of time.
Thanks for the vote of confidence. I just don't think I'm ready yet. Anyway, Florent, now it's up to us to confirm the final design, right?
Mm-hmm. We can ask the sculptor to start looking for a good block once we've decided on the poses for Miss Clementine and Mr. Callis. But we haven't had any real discussions yet on the possible designs. I feel like I should get a few promising designs first, and then send them over to you to review.
There's no need for all that. Let's decide on a design right now. Hey, you! Come over here with me.
Me? I have a freaking name. What are you doing?
Modeling a few poses, of course. Here, just pretend to be Callis, and I'll be Clementine.
Oh, I thought you were like the one who's gonna be modeling.
Didn't you say on the boat that Callis and Clementine sounded like great partners? Well, then there's no one better to fill this role than my
How
most
the heck?
valuable partner. Florent,
Paimon is
let's grab
way
some
too
reference
small.
shots.
You've got it, boss. I'll go get the...
Feel like it's
Well,
not
what do you think? Got any
up to
ideas?
scale. Shouldn't you be running this show?
Well, I've actually discussed it a bit with Florent before, but I could never come up with any fresh or original ideas. It's probably because my idea of them is already kind of set in stone.
Just don't get it
So,
because she's
I
a
want to pick your
JO
brain for a bit
character.
and see if you can come up with some
Okay.
new and interesting
You
ideas.
just stop with that joke.
I'm all good here, boss. Feel free to start posing whenever.
Okay, let's try for something. Feel like imposing pose makes it feel more like we're some sort of like dictator or something. Looking out into the distance looks like we're looking into the future. That's cool, I guess. Why don't we just try like a happy pose? I think this one's more of like, you know, just being all quirky and all that. Just being different from other poses. I'm gonna go for
A
this.
happy pose? You mean
Yeah.
something like
So that people
we were
can relate
laughing
to
together at a
us.
funny joke?
Relate to your parents. Yeah, something like that.
Would all that be able to come through with just a picture?
Would we even be able to tell what they are supposed to be laughing about?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, and that'd probably be a massive pain to sculpt as well.
Could one of you try striking a pose like you're talking while the other one laughs?
Okay.
That actually sounds hard to pull off. Forget it, let's try something else.
Come on, don't let me freaking be given like choices here, and I can't actually like have the statue be built with these choices, with my choice in mind. I really don't want a posing one.
By that, do you
Yeah.
mean as if we were standing on a boat
Yeah,
and
both.
looking out at
Because
the
we're in
sea?
Fontaine.
Sure. Let's give that a try.
Whoa, you really remind Paimon of a captain and their first mate. Look over there, my dear Clementine.
Look over there.
As you can see, every tree on that island is dripping with mora fruit.
I freaking love when Paimon makes
But
those
there's
kinds of
something off with the
voices.
composition. This pose makes Mr. Callis look too tall next to the lady.
Oh, I see what you mean. Then let's swap.
Yeah.
Well, Paimon is a fan. A statue like this would look fantastic on a boat.
Wait, but we can't do that. Very few people would see the statue if we were to put it on a boat. This statue is meant to be placed in the town.
But then, since we're putting it in the town, the whole point of the pose would be lost.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Imposing,
It's like the
huh?
least one that I
Oh, I've got it.
wanted.
Let's try this.
It makes me recall Spina di Rosula's.
But isn't Clementine's pose a bit too bold and heroic? Was she really that kind of person? If we were to stick with this pose, maybe people would wonder if she was actually the real boss behind the scenes.
Well, tabloids did indeed speculate as much back in the day, but the Spina pulled a few strings and made both the report and the journalist disappear.
Oh, Paimon went disappearing! Please don't make Paimon disappear.
What Florent meant was that we asked the journalist to choose a new alias.
Of
You're right,
course.
though, that this may not accurately represent the image of her in our hearts. Let's try to come up with something else.
Okay. Well, it's cool that we didn't actually like choose the one that I didn't want.
We tried a bunch of different ideas, but none of them felt right. Paimon's all out of brain juice now, too.
Oh, don't worry. We still got a lot of reference shots out of the session, and each of them can be considered to be a souvenir in their own right. Let's just keep the ideas we tried as backups.
Okay.
Man, if I knew I was going to do a photo shoot with the Traveler, I would have prepared a lot of outfits and props ahead of time. Oh, outfits! Ugh, that's the errand I forgot back in the city. Do either of you still remember that girl? The girl I went to see with you two. Her name is Adele.
Was she rolling in the deep? Yeah, that's funny. Freaking hell.
Paimon remembers her. She was the one that we met while investigating Mr. Callus's case, right?
Did she set fire to the rain? She always believed that her father, Jock, was a good person. That's how it's pronounced, right? I'm not sure.
Yes, that's exactly who I'm talking about. So, after the case, she was finally willing to talk to me. And she told me that she wanted to join the Spina too. I said that it's fine, but young children are not allowed to join the Spina. She will just have to wait a few years, and then we'll welcome her with open arms. Since she's still a child, though, she thought I was just trying to let her down gently. But
Okay.
how could I get her to believe that I meant what I said? In the end, I came up with an idea. I'd have a Spina uniform made and give it to her as a gift, but I got so busy and distracted in the city that I forgot to pick the uniform
So I guess,
up.
are we gonna be the one
So I did
tasked to
forget
do that
something
then?
important after all.
Don't worry, boss. I can send someone to pick
Or
it
you
up
can
right
send
away.
us.
On the matter of the statue, we should still come up with a few more ideas for the design. I'll have to trouble you to source some for me.
We could have just done that from the start.
Well, at least this way we got some cool pictures.
Yeah, you're right. They'll have some value as souvenirs at least.
Come on, we're like took a picture with Navia and she's like popular. Actually, I don't know if that's true.
Navia, Florent, guess who's back?
Huh? But
Are you supposed to be dead?
Oh,
Ah.
well, if it isn't Coulter. Back already from the Fortress of Meripede?
That's
That's
Maripod.
right. I finally finished serving my time. Gotta say, turns out I was a lot tougher than I thought. After I got out, I immediately made a beeline back to Poisson. You could say that familiar, briny smell became a primal call, urging me to forget everything else and just come back home.
Primal
Wouldn't believe how
call.
much I missed
The call
Melissa's
of
grilled
nature.
fish. I dreamed about it every time I had to get a welfare meal down there underneath the sea.
It's good to have you back, Coulter. You look as well as ever.
And
Let me introduce you. This is Coulter, another of Spina di Rosula's members. He was found guilty and sentenced to the Fortress of Meripede
What did you
some time
do?
ago. But, looking at it now, it was probably another one of Marcel's plots while he worked at the Confrérie of Cabrières.
Forgot who Marcel is
Wait,
though.
Mr. Marcel? What do you mean? He was involved
Oh
in
yeah, he's the
some sort
one
of
who
plot?
Have you not heard anything at all about
Um,
the water from the
yeah.
primordial sea case?
part of the Archon quest.
Well, I know that Fontaine got flooded, but then the water levels miraculously receded. I thought that was all there was to it and didn't care to ask for any more details. Do you mean
It's like the
Mr.
one
Marcel was
like
somehow involved with
selling
all that?
this
Oh, looks like we'll have to
primordial water
explain
to
everything
people.
from the
I think it
top.
was like experimenting or
That
something.
case, a lot of things have happened in Poisson since then. First things first, let me introduce you to these two. They're my most trusted partners, and they've been with me through thick and thin. Now you could call them Spina di Rosula's VIP helpers.
It's kind of ironic. VIP, but we are also helpers as well. I really, I don't know if the Marcel guy was part of the Archon quest or it was the story quest for Nuvolite. It might have been the Nuvolite story quest actually. Can't remember.
Nice to meet you. I don't recall Navia ever generously complimenting anyone like that before. So you must be pretty amazing to get.
Ever heard of us? We're the ones who's like killing or being like.
But we've been cool since before we.
Yeah, we've been like dealing with Archons, either fighting them or befriending them. And then we've also fought like the Harbingers. All credit to Paimon actually. Well, character-wise, I don't think my traveler will say that. We just follow Navia's lead.
As always, I see. Even when I was totally sincere with my praise.
Nice, nice. Spina di Rosula always seems to attract great people. Oh, that reminds me. Where are Malus and Silver? Aren't they
I
always by
don't
your
think you
side?
should be bringing that up, Coulter. Well, I mean, you didn't know anything that happened, but yeah.
Coulter, a lot of things happened while you were gone. As you can see, even Poisson isn't quite the same as how it was before you left.
They lost their lives, keeping me safe during the flood.
What did
Yeah.
you say? This isn't some kind of morbid welcome home prank,
You think
right?
we'll be joking?
You're just
You-
scaring me on purpose because I
person.
don't know anything about what's happened.
I'm sorry, but it's the truth.
Oh my
They
God.
weren't the only people we lost either. Many
Even
others,
Melissa,
including
and
Melissa,
this guy's like
also
looking
lost their
forward
lives in the disaster.
to eating her
And Melissa,
food.
dead. They're just gone.
Yeah.
Loose. I was planning to give him a surprise gift once I ran into him again in town. I can't believe it.
Hey, keep it together.
Malus and Coulter were friends for many years, and even served on many missions together during the early days of the Spina. I can understand how he feels.
Let's sit down somewhere, so I can tell you everything that has happened while you were gone. Fair warning, there was a lot.
Yeah. Well, from our perspective, there wasn't really a lot that happened. I mean, like, the whole place got flooded, and Malus and the other guy died. Then, yeah, we were able to, like, save the day. Where did we go? Okay, need to go up there. But how do I go up there? Well, I can just fly. Okay. Right. Let's get up here. Okay. Navia explains everything that has happened recently to Coulter.
All of this. It's unbelievable. I can't believe that those stories were real. It all really happened. Has the world gone mad?
No. He just wasn't in touch with the outside world. Had I not personally experienced all those events, I would have also found them very difficult to accept.
I think you and I both feel the same way about the profound tragedy of Melusa's loss. And the sheer depravity of Marcel's actions.
Yeah,
I
that
thought Mr.
Marcel.
would always stand
Man.
by the Spina. Everything he had, the Spina gave to him. It's unconscionable to have received all that, and yet still plot to kidnap and dissolve you for his insane research.
Okay,
Good news is
I
that the
think
confrérie
that's
of Cabriere
definitely
is
the
no
Archon
more.
quest.
Gone with them too is the entire synth manufacturing and distribution network. We finally closed the curtain on that long
Marcel is
struggle.
definitely from the Archon
Are you
quest.
sure? But if Marcel wanted to rebel against us, he probably sent word in secret to Romeu.
Who the hell's Romeu? First time I heard of that. name.
Huh.
Romeo.
Not a name I've heard before either.
Florent should remember him. You see, there was once a major internal dispute regarding funding the construction of the Aquabus lines. Romeo was the leader of the faction that thought such a
Oh,
vast
here
sum
we
of
go
Mora would be
again.
better spent
We
improving
have
the
to deal
town of
with
Poisson.
freaking politics and
But
all that
Mr.
crap
Callis
again.
believed that an opportunity to collaborate with the Court of Fontaine and the Fontaine Research Institute was hard to come by, and would allow us to build many valuable
And I just want to
relationships.
fight
Not
monsters,
only
not
would the
deal with
Aquabus
this
be a good business
bureaucratic
investment,
crap
it would also boost our
again.
reputation among the general populace, eventually paying us massive dividends down the line. But the two couldn't come to an agreement. Romeo ended up taking a lot of people with him when he left Spino di Rosula altogether, and the split was on extremely bad
So I guess
terms.
the
Ugh.
enemy that we're
And
gonna
with
be
Papa's
like be
stubbornness,
against
I
on
can
this
definitely
story quest
imagine
is
how it must have gone
Romeo.
down.
And of course, when he was suffering the slings and arrows of outrageous injustice, those relationships that he spent a fortune to build didn't help in the least.
Yeah, you could say it was the price he paid for sticking to his beliefs.
Well, that couldn't have been the first time a dispute like that happened, right?
Oh, that's a good point. If Callus was really as stubborn as you say, then wouldn't he have argued with the rank and file all the time?
Oh yeah, it eventually became a thing that just happened on every day that ended with Y.
Well,
But
every
Navia,
single freaking
I
day
mean,
ended.
boss,
Why?
you
I guess
might
you
not know
meant
this,
it's
but
happening
he
every
wasn't
day.
always like that. He used to be a lot better with taking counsel. With him listening to our advice and Ms. Clementine also frequently on our side, it was pretty smooth sailing for a good many years.
Okay.
But on the matter of the Aquabus, even Ms. Clementine completely stood by Mr. Callus's side.
Huh.
Really?
I never knew. But from my perspective, Romeo's position had a lot going for it. Couldn't they have sat down and talked it out?
I think the Aquabus was just the straw that broke the camel's back. On that topic, they eventually came to a rather radical conclusion. They believed that Miss Clementine lost her ability to serve as an impartial mediator when she became pregnant with Callus's child.
You mean
So they thought she had betrayed
Navia,
them?
right?
But that doesn't make any sense. Before she was their mediator, my mother was also her own person, and a member of the Spina. She should have the right to take any side she wished.
Yeah, but to them, even taking a side was betrayal enough. They felt like their voices could no longer be heard once their sole mediator had gone over to the other side. Of course, Ms. Clementine then passed away, and Mr. Callus began to regard the completion of the Aquabus project as her final wish. With that, the last hope of reconciliation was gone.
So that's what happened.
From that point on, Romeo and his people cut ties with the Spina. And never gave us any kind of professional or personal courtesy ever again. Perhaps they've regarded us as enemies ever since they left. But even so, there is still no proof that they ever acted in concert with Marcel.
I've also heard that they aren't in a good financial position, so they've been lying low for a while. But as long as they exist, they'll continue to be a threat.
Huh. I think Coulter's got a point. Both Marcel and Romeo had my father in their sights for a very long time. Even though Marcel's faction has been dissolved, we still don't know anything about Romeo's whereabouts. If they're still trying to get revenge on us, with how distracted and vulnerable we are, now would be the best time.
Good thinking, boss. We should keep an eye on them at all times. I'll let my men know right away.
Thank you for that, Florent. And Coulter, thank you for telling me about this as well.
Don't worry, it's nothing. Do you have a moment right now? How about we go out for a walk?
How
I've
about we
heard so
go
many
out for a
incredulous
walk?
things today. I'm finding it a bit hard to calm down even now. I mean, to think that I'll
I
just
think
never see them again.
I have a feeling
In that
right now that
case,
this
why don't
Coulter
we go back to
person
the
is
court?
probably
I
working
can
with
pick up a Delphi
Romeo or
uniform
something,
while we're there as well. It'll save Laurent's guys a trip.
and he's probably
Want to
gonna
come with
lead
me
us to a
again, you
trap.
two?
That's why he
If
wants
you don't mind,
to
do you,
walk with
Coulter?
us.
Oh,
Knowing
of
Genshin.
course. That's fine by me.
Then let's go! Paimon feels like a lot's hinging on this visit.
You want to see the future star of the Spina. She could be the one who's gonna be like replacing you or something.
We really are the best of partners. Come on, let's...
know in Genshin, probably. Sorry, where do I go? Probably this Coulter guy who just got out of prison is probably a freaking bad person. He's probably working with Romeo or something. Let me just teleport to this waypoint. I don't know if I should split this story quest to like multiple episodes, but at the same time I'm like, it's probably not gonna be taking that much. It's probably like the duration of this story quest probably just like an hour 30 at max. I don't think it's gonna be like more than that.
Taking the boat this time?
Because I want to keep like
It's nice to walk from
these
time to
kinds
time,
of
isn't it?
things
Think of it as something like
just like
a
one
hiking
episode.
trip. Once we're there, we can stay a few days before we return.
Cool.
Sounds
Okay.
good. I haven't walked this road in a long time.
I haven't walked this waterfall in a long time. Okay. I'll be right back, guys, once I'm actually there. Alright, I am back.
Well, we've walked far enough for now. Let's take a break. Since
Yeah.
we're out for a walk, we shouldn't stress too much about the destination.
I've grown old, so I'm not as fit as before. It's a good thing that at least my work down in the fortress was quite the workout.
Man, I worked there. I know what you guys were
We didn't
doing.
have to slow down for you at all.
I don't
Back
know
in
if
the
there
days
is even
before
like
the aquabus lines were built,
a
we
workout.
often had to hike north with our goods,
Well, I mean, you
then
were
catch a
hitting.
boat to the
You were
court.
using like hammer to
Bruce
like
and I must have traveled this way
hit,
hundreds of times.
like parts or
When we were
something.
tired, we would
made by
lay
machine.
down for a while on the grass, and when we were hungry, we'd
I guess
catch
that's a
fish or
kind of a
two.
workout.
The Spina was still on the rise back then. Mr. Callis was generous, and everyone had the chance to strike it rich. So, of course, we all worked really hard. And now, in the blink of an eye, the aquabus lines have been built, and this road has fallen into disuse.
I don't really think that's a bad thing, though. I mean, at least there's like less people around now, so you can like if you're walking on your own, you got to enjoy it more, just being with nature.
Oh, I know. I was just being a
But
little nostalgic.
that line of yours
Then
that actually started to
let's
make me
stay
think
here
you
a bit
really are
longer.
working Romeo.
Anyone want snacks?
Oh,
Like, it
is
seems
this
like you're
another
like
chance to
against
try
the
some of
whole
Navia's macarons?
aquabus line
Paimon's been
getting
dreaming
built.
of them.
Yep, I figured you wouldn't say no to a few more. Oh, wait. Let me check if I have all the ingredients. Maloose and Silver used to take care of tasks like this. Okay, the stove's looking good. And as for the ingredients, seems like we're all out of flour and sugar. The two most important ingredients of all.
Should I go get some? I think I do
Oh,
actually have them.
Would you? Oh, but it would be too much to ask you to go on a trip just for those.
Don't worry, I
We
already
should
have them.
contribute to making the macaron too. Don't worry, we cook out in the wild all the time, so he should have
Yeah.
some stuff on hand.
Oh, that's great. Then I'll leave the ingredient gathering to you. As long as we have some sweet flowers and wheat, I can start the baking.
Then I'll go look for some boxes nearby for a makeshift table and chairs.
Great. Then I'll prep the stove. Let's get to work, everyone.
This is so cozy. We're just like near water and we're doing this. Oh man, it's pretty cozy.
Ah, how did it go?
Yeah, I do have them. I have like fucking have 1,000 of them. I don't know
We've
where
all
the
done our
traveler's like
part.
putting them.
Just leave
though.
the rest to me.
Whoa, these macarons look and taste magnificent.
Macarons!
Your cooking is as
Boss's baking skills have always been famous. Everyone in the Spina knows how exceptionally talented she is.
Well, I thought Melus and Silver was the one who was
Just a
making
hobby.
the food.
There's no need to praise me for it like that.
Have you two seriously never considered joining us? You're so close to the boss, and she obviously trusts you with all her heart, so...
You really want to poach me from the Adventurers Guild? Huh? I'm working with Navia. I think that's where
Was it that obvious?
Adventurers Guild came
I
from.
just thought you would be a great fit, that's all.
You just happened to walk in on our little reunion. It's actually been quite a while since we last spent time together. Adventurers never stay in one place for long. The name of Spina di Rosula would just tie them down. Besides, after everything we've been through together, I'm sure our hearts would remain intertwined even if we found ourselves on opposite sides of the world.
Navia's right.
Even
Yeah.
if Paimon was far beyond the horizon, she'd still remember the delicious taste of Navia's macaron.
I
Macaron.
understand now. Then I am very lucky indeed to have been graced with the chance
So
to meet the
freaking
two
cute.
of you. I will endeavor to make the most of this short yet fortuitous encounter and enjoy every moment we spend together.
We've got no wine with us, but let's still toast with water in celebration of this moment.
In celebration of this moment. What's that? Huh? I thought I heard something just now. Was it just some small prayer?
Cheers! Hey, what are you doing? Let's join in on the toast.
Come on, I was like, I heard something, Paimon. Did you not hear it? Anyways, cheers!
May your travels go smoothly. May the Spina continue to grow. And may our friendship last until the end of time.
And that is the end of the story
All
quest.
set. Let's move out then.
Just kidding. Alright, let's move on. Oh, sorry, I had to cut you off there. But I just need to teleport here. By the way, guys, let me know what you guys think of the story so far, story quest so far, down in the comments below. Personally for me, I mean it's cool to like know more about Navia, but I always felt like Genshin Star Quest just are way too like dialogue heavy. But that makes sense because they're supposed to focus on like the character. The story quest is for.
How's business lately?
How's business lately?
Demoiselle of Spina de Rosula. I
Demoiselle.
must say, your generous patronage is the one thing keeping me from going bankrupt.
Your
Nonsense.
mafia's
We all know
generous
what a talented
donation.
businesswoman you are. No, and don't forget, she's the boss now.
Hold on, guys. Just need to pee. Alright, I'm back.
My mistake, my mistake. I just got so used to calling her Demoiselle. Are you here for the...
Yep. I forgot to drop by earlier when I was running errands around here.
I didn't expect Demoiselle to come and pick it up in person. It's just a uniform after all. Any of your folks could have come instead.
Navia's always liked to take even small things seriously.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's not the only reason I'm here. We mostly just needed a walk to clear our heads. There are few things more uplifting than taking the first step on a new journey.
Boss has got a point. Going on a trip with friends is always better than staying cooped up at home.
Very
Yeah, like
well.
playing Genshin, for example.
Please,
We
wait
shouldn't.
here while
I shouldn't be
retrieve the
doing
uniform
this. I
for you.
should be like playing with my friends outside or traveling with them. Sorry.
Can someone remind Paimon again why Adele wants to join the Spina?
She's rolling in the
She
deep,
hasn't given me
guys.
any concrete reason.
She wants to roll down
she
the
says is
deep
that she really
down
looks
dark,
up to me.
deep down.
After we cleared her father's name, she became a lot more cheerful and
Can't even
outgoing.
remember who Adele is.
It's
I mean, in this
probably
game, of
because
course.
she now knows for sure that her father was never a bad person. She said she used to be terrified of Papa. So
The hell
as a
is this
result,
person?
she found all the rest of the Spina super scary as well. But the Spina is
This is
very
like
different now.
Romeo.
She mustered up the courage to talk to me, and felt like I could really understand her.
Yeah, the two of you
Yeah,
like are
you
similar.
could say that. By uncovering the truth about the case, I was able to give her closure at the same time. She said that she wanted to become someone like me. Someone who could lend a hand to others, instead of standing still and waiting for others to help her.
From the sound of it, she'll be a wonderful addition to the Spina.
She'll be a wonderful
I think so
addition to
too.
the Mafia.
But for now, let's focus on giving her a great atmosphere
I
to
can
grow
see
and
you.
thrive.
Who are the
She
who
can
the
commit
frick
to
are
us once she's
you?
older, and can really make that decision for herself.
So I wasn't just hearing things.
Is something up, Traveler?
Come on, Paimon, you didn't see it? Like you're looking in the same way as I was. Someone's stealing us.
Huh? Tailing? Oh my...
I'll go check it out too. Coulter, please hold on to this for me.
Don't ruin it.
All right.
Paimon saw them too! They headed up!
Stop right there!
Stop right there, you person who was like listening on our conversation. Why are there like 3 of you? Can I interact with you? You guys are just like really freaking slow. How did I end up being back there? I was like just right next to him.
We knew you were going to be difficult.
We're gonna
Seems like
be
if we want
fighting?
them to talk, we're gonna need to teach them a lesson first.
Oh come on, you just want to show off
Brothers, There's no need to skulk in the
your
dark
like
anymore.
skills. Navia. Yeah, freaking you.
Coming at ya. Ow!
Ow! Sorry.
Strike a pose.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
Propagate.
Did I use Dilu? I think this is freaking overkill. Well, at least I was able to use Navia for a bit.
Now, talk.
I don't know if I actually want to pull for her. That's one thing that I was thinking about. 'Cause when I like played her on the test run,
Don't think we'll
it's kind of
let you
fun
off
to
easy
use.
if you keep silent.
But it's another like conversation for another day. Recognize your situation and don't entertain any fantasies of escape. We've got people up and above and down and below as well. Martina. How did it go, boss?
Are any of you hurt?
If you thought they stood any chance against us, you were sorely mistaken. Anyway, stop playing tough and start talking. There won't be any room for negotiation once the Maison Gardiennage gets involved.
We're looking to get vengeance on Spina di Rosula. We were discovered and can't beat you in a fight. We admit it. We lost.
Get revenge? Wait, you're not Romeu's followers, are you?
You actually know that name?
Of course,
But
like
if
you just
do,
stole this a while
then
ago.
Surely you should understand why we hate you so much.
I actually don't know. I just like heard about you. Like Navia doesn't even know who that guy is. Or guy was
Indeed.
earlier,
You
unless
haven't got
until
the
like
faintest
Coulter
hope of
told
winning right now.
her about that guy.
We were out drinking when we saw Navia. We got so
It's kinda
angry we
weird,
decided to
'cause
follow you guys.
I don't know
Look for an
like what
opportunity
now
to really
set
mess
off
up your
Romeo
day.
to like go hunting for
Too bad
Navia.
you guys messed up
Pretty sure
ours
Navia's
first.
been like been on this place multiple times, and like this is like the first time he actually started acting. Actually trying to like kill Navia or something. You're lying. You followed us all the way here.
You're pretty sharp. But so what? We didn't do anything. And now it should be pretty obvious that we can't do anything to you anyway.
Don't
Seeing
trust you.
Like that just really ticked us off. And we let the drink go to our heads.
Listen, Callus is long dead. No matter what happened in the past, I want to be able to start things anew. I am the current president of Spina di Rosula. If your boss wants to talk with me, I'd be happy to meet with him. I won't press charges for your attack. That should also help demonstrate my sincerity.
What if Coulter is
understand.
freaking Romeo?
Thank you. I'll let our boss know.
But if you so much as think about pulling something like this again, I won't be so lenient next time. Understood?
All right. We get it.
I mean, kind of makes
Are you
sense
sure
now
it's
that
okay
Romeo
to
is like
let them
trying to
go like
attack
that,
us.
Navia?
Now that Coulter is out from prison.
Don't want to inherit my father's grudges too.
If he was really
Moreover,
Romeo, but I don't think
when
so.
it
It's just
comes
like
to
one
the
of those weird
Aquabus,
things that came
I
into
don't
my
think
mind.
what my father did was entirely correct either. If the other side is willing to talk, I'm happy to open the door for a reconciliation. Opportunities for new beginnings are all around us.
But Navia, they
support
want
boss's
the
decision
Aquabus
as
to
well.
stop
The
running.
concept of an eye for an eye is a primitive practice that has no place in today's Spina di Rosula.
Yes. Plus, we already know that they're strapped for cash. If their financial situation is that dire, they don't have what it takes to challenge us. So this may be the best time to talk. I still think we should keep an eye out for Romeo's folks, though. if he decides to ignore the warning I gave his men, then we could still have a fight on our hands.
Yeah, those guys definitely didn't look like big fans of yours.
I'd rather things not go that far, since though we haven't talked to each other for years, once upon a time we were all
Ooh,
part of
it's
the
really
Spina
feeling
di
like
Rosula
you're
family.
one of them, calls
That's
her.
how I feel as well. Anyway, now that we've sent them packing,
We're
we
like
don't
trying
have
to
worry
defend
about
them or
those
something.
guys anymore. It's getting late already. So why don't we stay the night in the Fleuve Cendre? We can head back to Poisson tomorrow. I'll also ask someone to write Florent a letter and inform him of everything that happened here today, so he can increase security around Poisson and be on guard against any suspicious individuals.
Do we have to stay in the Fleuve Sonda again? Even the pillows there smell like sea.
Well, this is Fontaine. Kind of makes sense.
Sorry, that's just what
Oh,
happens
yeah.
when you live near water and don't get much sunlight. Poisson's pretty much the same though, so I've long since gotten used to it. We can still go out in the evening for some grilled fish and drinks though. Bet you there'll be people singing sea shanties too.
Sea shanties? What the hell is that?
That does sound pretty cool. Okay, Paimon's on board now. Let's go. Paimon wants to sing too.
I don't think about it. Have I heard Paimon sing in this game? I don't know if she did that already. I assume it's like under, yeah. Okay. Fleuve Cendre. I thought it's like a hotel. Didn't realize it's like this place. Is it like one of your like
Coming back here really
town or
does feel
something?
like this place is
I mean,
starting
Spina
to
di
grow on
Rosula's like hub.
Paimon. If you think about it, it would be kind of weird if the Spina's base at the court was some super luxurious building like the Palais Marmonia.
Totally. Right on the money, Paimon.
Right on the money,
Although,
Paimon, because you
of
don't
course,
have money.
With the continued growth of the Spina, Papa wanted Poisson to eventually grow into a metropolis, not unlike the court. He was a very ambitious man, who rarely looked behind or beneath him. For better or worse, that always made him stand out from the crowd.
And that's also why people hated him just as much as they loved him.
All right. Why don't you go wait for me at the restaurant? I'll go do some prep and I'll get someone to tidy up your room while I'm at it. You can use the same room as last time. You still remember the room number, yeah?
No.
Kinda hard to forget when there are only so many rooms here after all.
It's like,
Oh,
how many rooms? Like
did
2
I
rooms?
just hear someone
Just
taking
don't
a
know.
dig at Fleuve Cendre? I'll tell my guys to stuff your pillows full of actual seaweed right now.
Oh, Paimon, sorry! Please have mercy, Navia. If you do that, then Paimon really won't be able to sleep at all.
I was just kidding. Be on your way now.
Okay. I'll be going. Sit inside and wait for the banquet to begin. Yeah. Can I sit next to you? Or do I have to sit like next to this thing? Okay. You enjoy a fantastic meal as well as a wonderful performance. I can't. It's way too fast for me.
Hello? Are you asleep yet?
Did something happen?
Oh, no, not at all. I just figured that since we don't get to enjoy nights like these very often, we should try to enjoy it to the fullest. Wanna go fishing? I've got some rods and lures ready.
Sure.
So that's the prep you were talking about. Sure, we'll come.
Oh, you're like speaking only to the traveler.
Hopefully I didn't wake you or anything.
You're good.
Don't worry. You don't have to do any actual fishing if you're too tired.
So are we just gonna be like watching you fish?
Company. How does that sound? Okay.
Okay.
Let's go.
So I guess the game will give me an option to like fish or just watch Navia. Probably. I guess I could just go here. I'll be right back. All right, we are here. There's just like freaking slimes jumping around there.
It's fishing when you're using a fully automatic rod.
What's the problem? Lots of people in Poisson use rods.
I mean, you
like
don't
these.
get to enjoy the point of fishing.
Shouldn't fishing be all about,
Yeah.
you know, attentively watching the float and then excitedly reeling in the catch when you finally hook something?
You like you're doing the hard work
Well,
instead of like
that's one
having
way
like a
to enjoy
machine.
fishing. What What do you think, Traveler?
I like Paimon's method. Yeah.
Then let's try regular rods next time. We can have a real fishing competition.
Honestly, Paimon's mainly shocked at how much energy you still have at this hour. Usually by this time
Time
of night,
is it
it's a struggle
in this
for
game, I
Paimon
mean.
to even keep her eyes open.
Huh. It might just be something that runs in my family.
That's a thing?
Yeah, I
I'm
was
sure you'd get even
wondering
sleepier
that
if
as
I
well.
delved more deeply into it. Anyway, I was just thinking about how grateful I am to my mother, as well as the rest of the Spina.
I thought you never met your mother.
My father always had a lot of unrealistic expectations for me. But the more that he tried to get me to become like him, the less I wanted to listen to what he had to say. My mother never had those kinds of expectations, though. I've heard that she had only one wish for me, which was that I would have a happy and secure childhood. All the members of the Spina greatly respected her wish, so no matter what I did as a child, they were happy
Basically,
to
we're
humor me.
spoiled.
Can you imagine? Whenever my father wanted to scold me for something I'd done, everyone would form up into 2 rows and just stand silently and listen to him rant. Maloose and Silver were always there too.
Okay.
No matter what Papa yelled, nobody else would say a word. Eventually, Papa must have recognized scolding me over trivial matters was pointless, because he eventually stopped getting on my case so often.
Paimon would have never guessed.
Yeah. Looking back on it now as an adult, I can hardly believe how patient and kind everyone was. When I was young,
Hydra Navia, don't
I often
cry.
thought that I could do whatever I wanted,
Hydro
because
Dragon,
there'd
don't
always be
cry.
someone there to clean up after me. But once,
Geo
I
Navia,
saw
don't
Maloose come back
cry.
wounded. He wouldn't tell me how he'd been injured, but I could tell it had something to do with me. I learned then that there's always a cost to making a mistake. The more you care about those around you, the more you should care about doing the right thing to the best of your abilities. Because if you do falter, there'll inevitably come a time when you'll have to face the consequences. And when that time comes, those most precious to you really will throw themselves in front of you and pay the price for your mistakes.
I thought like the voice there was for a second was like bugged out, but she was like just like pausing. She's like crying now. It was still really hard for you.
Sorry. I shouldn't have brought that up. I wasn't planning to talk
No, it's
about
okay.
sad
You can
things
like
tonight.
bring it
Basically,
on
I was just
out
saying that the nurturing
here.
atmosphere of the Spina
I'll be listening.
must have been my mother's legacy, rather than my father's. And if that's the only way that I can continue to feel her love, then I'd like to pass that warmth on.
Yeah, pass that one
Is that why
time.
you let those guys go today?
Which guys?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, the one
Although,
we fought.
Maybe there's a part of not wanting to repeat the mistakes of the past. I want to be reasonable, at least. Hey, look! I think you've got something on the line!
It's check it out.
But why isn't the rod automatically reeling it in?
Oh, there must be something wrong with how I installed the mechanism. It was my first time putting one of those rods together.
Okay.
We can't let it get away. Come on, you two. Let's catch it.
You want Paimon to help too?
Don't drown, Paimon. I mean, that's how we met you. After some time, you finally managed to reel in the prize catch together. For the rest of the night, your rod continues to rack up catch after catch, while for some reason, Navia can't seem to hook a single fish. Now, Navia is quite upset about her bad luck, but it's only when you begin to head back that Paimon discovers the real reason to miss her of why she didn't get a single bite.
You didn't attach a hook to your line?
How the hell? Was I the one who set up my own reel?
Stop wasting time! We'll go ahead with the operation tomorrow. Do with that information as you wish.
Fucking knew it. I fucking knew it.
Well, your rod was missing a part, too,
It's one of
so
Romeo's
I
guys,
guess
right?
that
And he's like
makes it
speaking
fair.
with.
Well, if we're just talking about the number of missing parts, sure.
It's something with culture.
Oh, never mind. Paimon really can't keep her eyes open anymore.
All right.
See you
Go to bed.
tomorrow,
I
Navia.
had a great time today.
Bye.
Mm.
And just straight into it. We just slept right away.
So, how was last night? Did you get a good night's sleep?
Paimon dreamt that she danced with the sea stars, so you could say it was stellar. Get it?
You get that from Sino? You're freaking learning from him.
I didn't know you had such a great sense of humor.
Come on, Coulter. It wasn't that freaking funny.
Anyway, let's head out. I'll arrange for a boat to take us back to Poisson. I'm sure Adele will be happy to see you two again.
Paimon hopes she'll really appreciate your gift.
I hope so too.
Let's go. Let's get out of here. I'm burning. Where do I go? I need to go back in here. Alright, let's just fly down. But man, yeah, I just called it and you freaking held it. Coulter is probably working with Romeo. Probably the reason why Navia suddenly got attacked this time when she was like
Adele,
going
we're
around
back.
the
We brought you a gift from the court,
Fontaine
too.
City. The
Whoa,
court.
Thank you so much, boss.
Don't call her boss, okay, Adele? Just Miss Navia would be fine.
Just Miss
Oh,
Navia
it's
will be
all right.
fine.
I don't mind. Besides the gift, I've also got another surprise. Guess who's here?
It's been a while.
Hello again.
Oh, it's you two. It has been a while indeed. Thank you so much for your help on Jacques' case. I've heard that you
No
also
problem.
helped save all of Fontaine. You're truly just like the great heroes of legend.
You're really amazing. And if Miss Navia's your friend, then she must be super amazing too. What's in this thing? Can I look?
Don't open it.
Of course.
Oh.
It's a Spina di Rosula uniform. Is it for
That's
me?
when for you when you grow up.
Well, it's a gift
Yeah.
for the future you. When you first told me that you were interested in joining the Spina, I was overjoyed.
When I first heard you
But
that you were
it's the
interested in
Spina's
joining our
responsibility to
mafia,
protect everyone as
I was
well.
overjoyed.
Being a member means becoming involved in all kinds of dangerous situations. And since you're still young, I don't want your mom to have to worry about your safety. So I turned you down then by telling you that you'll have to wait until you're older. But this uniform is a promise that you can join us once you're old enough to wear it.
Oh, so that's it. Well, thank you so much, Miss Navia. I'll work hard and grow up as fast as I can.
But what if you don't grow up enough
But you
to
can't
actually,
really grow up faster by working hard.
like, for that
You've gotta
coat to
be
fit on you?
Everyone, I'm really grateful that you remembered my daughter's wish and took it seriously. Thanks to the protection of the Spina, even though her father's no longer with us, we've still felt plenty of warmth and security.
Oh, it's the least we could do. As long as you live in Poisson, even if you're not an official member, you're still part of the family.
Boss!
Why? What's
Huh?
going on?
Is something up, Florent?
I've got something urgent to report. Romeo and his folks have gathered outside Poisson and even shipped in a huge pile of explosives.
Holy cow!
What? Explosives? What do they want?
It seems like they've been planning this for some time. We started investigating as soon as we received your letter yesterday. But Romeo and his folks must have gotten wind as well. Because they abandoned their former posts before we could even check on them. We investigated their tracks and found out that they're after Poisson.
Could they have smartened up since we caught them red-handed at the court?
No, there's
Seems
like a
they've got no
traitor in our
interest in sitting
midst.
down and talking at all. We should have gone straight to the Maison Gardiennage.
Sorry, I underestimated the situation. Well, too late now, I suppose. Florent, where are they keeping their explosives?
On the hill to the east of Poisson, near the Clementine line.
Wait, could that mean? What does
They
that
want
actually
to
mean?
blow up the
Oh,
Clementine
yeah.
line?
Okay.
Certainly sounds like it.
Alright.
Mayu and his followers hate the Spina and everything to do with Callus. And the Aquabus was the source of their contention. If they manage to blow up the Aquabus line, all that rubble will come crashing down the hill and straight into Poisson.
Are they insane? There's tons of innocent people in Poisson!
We have to stop them.
Yeah. If they've been planning this for ages, they're definitely not going to let this opportunity slip by. We have to issue an evacuation order to the townspeople
Man,
and get them
feel
as
bad
far
for the
away
people
from the
in this
entrance as
place. They have
possible.
been
That should
evacuating
save them from the
non-stop.
worst of it.
Let's get everyone onto our
Just
ship.
evacuated
That should be
from
the
what
safest
happened
place.
the last time. You know,
My
when
dear
the sea
partner,
rose and all
can I
that.
leave the Clementine line to you? If the explosives do go off, not only would the people of Poisson be in danger, any aquabuses using the line would plummet to the ground.
It's like one
Let's stop their
aquabus
insanity first,
using that line.
then settle the score with them.
Got it.
Leave it to us, Navia. Please stay safe too.
I wonder if we are now heading to a domain. Probably.
Let's go, you two. We've got to act fast. Miss Coralie, please take Adele to the ship.
Watch out, boss!
Fucking knew it, Coulter.
What do you think you're doing, Coulter?
I thought all the annoying little hindrances had left, but I still couldn't get rid of you.
You're probably Romeo.
You mean this was all a trick? So that you'd be left alone with me? Coulter, are you with Romeo too?
No, I am Romeo.
I get it now. You knew about their plans all along. You only told us they were doing badly so that we'd drop our guard.
Not quite. Though I share their positions on some issues, I've never cared for his more radical ideas. And that's because, out of the entire Spina di Rosula,
What?
I only hate you. Only you, Navia.
You better stick close to me.
The fuck is going on? Why
Romeo
do you hate
promised me
her?
that he would leave Poisson alone if I could just take you out. But it was like you were glued at the hip to that pesky traveler. You never gave me a chance to make my move. Romeo has lost his patience. I didn't have to be here today, you know. But I swore that I'd kill you, even if it meant being buried with you in the rubble.
Why?
Only someone as clueless about the past as you would ask such a foolish question.
Talking about her mother, right? How she kind of like changed personality when she was barren, Navia.
You never saw the heyday of Spina di Rosula, nor did you ever live through the golden age of Poisson. But I saw it all with my own eyes, and then I had to watch it all die, little by little. And it was all because of you, Navia. Clementine died because of you. Callus died because of you. Malus and Silver died because of you. And so many more dead. Everyone dead, all because of you.
So the shock and
Freak
grief you
off,
showed us
man.
before, that was in Act 2?
Now you're catching on. I heard Malus was dead
Yeah,
the moment
I was wondering how the heck you didn't know about it.
Did you know? Down there in that blasted
It would have been
fortress,
really,
I
really
spent a
like well
long
known,
time thinking about what happened and resolving to
knowing that those two
apologize
are
to
like
Malus as soon as I
important
got
figures
out.
for Spina di
Back then,
Rosula.
because of that aquabus, we had a huge fallout. I was convinced that all he cared about was loyalty, and that he had completely lost his capacity for critical thinking. The years passed by in a blur after that. I thought I had finally begun to understand him, and that he could help me relive the good old days again. But then he died, and it was because of you again, Navia. It's always because of you. I once loved the Spina and Poisson more than anyone else. But what is left now of either besides death and ruin? You've single-handedly destroyed everything that was beautiful. Everything I've ever loved.
Don't listen to him, boss! He's just spouting nonsense!
Have you ever considered that maybe the people around you don't actually care about you at all? Have you ever considered that maybe you only get respect because you're Callus and Clementine's child? That you've
Oof.
never done anything worthy? That you're just a big nothing? Have you ever considered that? Maybe
Man, come
people
on,
don't
Culture.
stay
You
in
haven't
Poisson
been
because of you,
here
but
for a
only
long
because
time.
they
You
such
don't
beautiful
have the
memories of
fucking
past before you came.
evidence to say that.
Because if you do falter, there'll inevitably come a time when you'll have to face the consequences. And when that time comes, those most precious to you really will throw themselves in front of you and pay the price for your mistakes. Yeah, looking back on it now as an adult, I can hardly believe how patient and kind everyone was.
Yeah, like,
Is that really why they support me? Is their kindness real?
Shut your mouth!
Aw.
I, for one, really like Miss Navia, and my mom loves her too. I don't know how to explain it, but I like her. And that's that.
I'm sure Mr. Malus would be extremely disappointed in you right now. You've somehow managed to pin the blame for every mistake and tragedy in our history on the boss herself.
Get out of the way, Florent. I don't want to hurt you.
You're gonna have
me.
to. Boss, there's no time for this. Stop hesitating and get out of here before you get buried.
Maybe you think you're being the realist by painting the history of the Spina and Poisson like this. But the love that I felt from everyone was just as real. I felt it. They've helped me get to where I am. And even now, I will continue to believe in that love. So let me show you just how much I love the Spina di Rosula.
Yeah! I'll fight the frick out of you. What are you doing? You're not kick. Okay, you actually hit me. Oh, fucking. Oh! He just hurts like a freaking tank. Ow. Where the hell is Calder? Ow! Oops, I switched back to Nilu.
Florent, I'll leave the town to you. Summon the other members and help with the evacuation of the townspeople. If you find any of Coulter's accomplices, subdue them quickly. And don't give them the chance to harm any ordinary civilians. I can't allow my partner to face the danger on the Clementine line alone.
You're
Got it,
talking about
boss.
us.
I'm on it. Are you okay, Navia?
I just realized we actually left earlier than.
I don't know, but I have to go.
Were we even present when the whole conversation between Coulter and I guess not, because he said that
Let's hurry up there.
he
We have
wanted to find a
protect the
time wherein
Clementine
we
line.
were not next to
If they're gonna blow up the waterway, they must have planted the explosives
not next
to the
to
support
Navia.
pillars.
reach the target location within 180 seconds. I have to fight you guys.
Thrust and revamp. Shower me with the
Spring forth!
Like, do I have to actually fight you? Or can I just like... What do we actually need to do here? Do I like dismantle something? Oh, I need to go next to... Oh, okay, I just need to like follow wherever... Ah!
allow me.
Wherever like the pointer is pointing me.
We certainly brought a lot of muscle. They're really slowing us down. But if we're meeting
Come on, we've
resistance,
just like
we
been
must
out
be
like
heading in the right direction.
for like 30 seconds. We have still like 2 minutes remaining. Ow. Well, then that didn't actually hurt that much. Yeah, you guys are already dead.
These must be the explosives, right? And this is the control mechanism. How can we disable it? Oh, Paimon's too scared to touch any of this stuff.
There's a key.
There's a strangely shaped hole here.
Could we
What
get
if
some
it's
kind of
there?
keyhole?
Oh, that certainly sounds possible. Maybe one of the people we just beat up has the key. Okay, you take this side, Paimon will take the other. Let's see what we can find.
Don't stay too far away from me, Paimon. You? No, you have Mara. How about you? You have freaking Radish. There's the key.
You found it! That's amazing!
What's the one next to you though? Okay, it's just Mara. That's like something special. Yay! We turned it off.
Did you do it, right? Navia and Florent should be able to relax now.
Yeah, we should still
Oh,
check
you're
the
right. They
perimeter.
could have set explosives elsewhere.
Hopefully not. Oh my lord. Do something, traveler. God, it's cool. Just use JO powers. Didn't know that like the traveler just like summon it
Great work, partner. Just leave the rest to
on
me.
his own will without actually having to like tune in with the
Look, I'm doing this the
with
speed
Mora's freaking statue. She is freaking cool. I actually want to pull for her now. I feel like this is like the first time that like, the traveler didn't have to do anything to save someone else. Did someone else like the one who actually saved us?
I heard from Thierry that even they're your enemies now. They were once a part of Spina di Rosula. Do you plan to settle this privately with them?
I have nothing more to say to them.
Now you sound like your
Regardless of
father.
Whether their hatred and anger towards me or the Spina was justified. Anyone who's willing to endanger innocent civilians
Yeah.
is no longer sane enough to even be worth trying to talk to. Please prosecute them in accordance to the law. Spina di Rosula will not raise any objections.
Sounds good. We're very appreciative of your help. Without it, the consequences would have been far worse. All right, this operation is a wrap. Take him away.
Take him away, boys.
Everyone! And you are so cool!
Yeah.
Luckily, we were just in time.
Feeling a bit fatigued.
It's probably because I expended too much elemental energy at once. I'll be fine. Don't worry about me.
The first time
You
someone,
usually glow up whenever other people compliment you. Paimon's not used to
first
seeing
time
you like
someone
this.
actually like made a statement about their elemental energy
Boss, we managed
of
to catch
like
all the
them
infiltrators
actually
in the town.
having some sort of like
The Maison Gardiennage is taking them away as well. Seems like Romeo really went all in on this mission. If he sent literally everyone he had, though, that also means we've caught them all too. We won't have to worry about them from now on.
the heck like
That-
sends all their
That's good
fucking
at least.
people out.
Coulter,
You
I can
mad?
understand how you feel. The things that we lost, they're forever beyond our grasp now. And that makes them appear even more precious. I am not callous, and I will also never become him. The Spina and the Poisson that you loved are both gone, but I will not change how I feel about our future. I still believe that this is a great opportunity to start anew. I will spend more of what the Spina earns on the betterment of Poisson. What's more, I'd also like to propose some changes to the Aquabus routes,
I wonder if she's gonna actually like not build a statue anymore.
so that one day
It's like
the
she
people of
probably will
Poisson
have some sort of
will
like
enjoy
change
the
of
boons it
heart or
brings.
something.
I know what you're trying to say. Mr. Callus would never have said anything like that. There are too many things in life that are just beyond our control. In that, we are the same.
What a quick change of heart, huh?
You are no longer a member of Spina di Rosula, but once you're discharged from the fortress again, you're welcome to pay another visit to Poisson.
Thank you.
Okay. Cool.
As I thought. Boss really is a kind and gentle person.
Yeah.
She is also, I must say, a truly
No,
unlucky
don't say that.
person.
You have like a lot of people who actually like cares about you.
Thank you for protecting the Clementine line. I was actually really scared, you know. I mean, even the Callus line won't be getting rebuilt anytime soon.
Oh, that's like the broken
If
down
I'd lost the
line.
Clementine line too, I wouldn't know how to live with myself. A name is a way to etch a memory onto the world. Losing the line that bears her name, that I can see every day, would be like losing my mother all over again. Seeing it still standing there, tall and proud, it makes me really happy.
What happened while we were gone? Honestly, you look more upset than tired or anything.
I mean,
Just
she
give
got
her some time.
stabbed in the back by someone who we thought was like actually like allied with us. It's okay, everything's fine now. I'll get you back to Poisson.
Thank you so much. Can you give me a hand? I really don't have much strength left.
Okay.
Traveler, I want to ask you something. And please, tell me the truth. Do you really see me as your partner?
Of course.
Ooh, we're the
That's good then.
traveler talk.
Hearing that, it brings me more relief than I can say.
That's a good thumbnail. Can I have that?
How do you feel, Navia? Any better after taking a break?
I feel quite a bit better. But I should probably still rest for a few more days. Sorry, partner. I said some weird things earlier. Feel free to just ignore me.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's because I've never heard you doubt yourself before. I mean, that's not weird. You know, you're just like
I used
opening
to
up.
think that I'd never doubt myself.
Being strong and all that doesn't mean like you have to always be
You
strong.
could say I've
There are times
discovered
where you have to like
that
be like this.
I'm not as strong as I thought I was. Coulter mentioned my parents, as well as Malus and Silver. It's all thanks to them that I've made it this far in life. Do you think they ever regretted the choices they made? Has my existence made this world a better place?
Don't think like that, Navia. You've already done more than enough. No matter what others think, we'll always support you to the end of the world.
Yay! We will.
Well, since it's ended up like this, I suppose it's time for me to make a confession as well. There's something that I've been keeping from you as well, boss.
Is it like a
Just follow
statue
me.
of her? It's gonna be so
You're
funny.
wrong.
It's so sweet
I
as well.
hope you can understand that I can't deal with any more shocking revelations right
Turns
now.
out to be like a friggin' traitor as well. That'll be a shocking
Don't worry.
revelation. Let's go. Let's go see what it is. Alright, let's just fly over there. Alright, let's see what it is about. Okay. Man, this thing is just like really way high up.
Why is everyone gathered here? And what's this?
It's your statue.
This was supposed to be a gift to you from everyone in the town. We were originally planning to show it to you once it was finished.
You were sad
but
and all that.
Special times
yeah.
call for special measures. I've never seen you look so defeated before. So I've decided to show you the
It's gonna be
designs
like
before the final
the
product is
parents and
done.
then the baby.
I...
Baby Navia.
Do I really look that bad?
Well,
Oh.
if you're ready, I'll unveil the present.
Aww. My god, that's so freaking sweet. That makes sense, you know, to make that statue. Oh, this looks really great.
This Papa, Mother,
Oh, it's just so freaking
and me.
like
We
drawn.
designed the look for Miss Clementine based on old camera records. as well as personal recollections from members of the Spina.
Now that's thumbnail worthy.
Wow.
Worthy.
This is the statue you mentioned before?
It is
Thumbnail
indeed.
worthy.
To be honest, we decided on the design a long time ago, and gave the sculptor permission to begin working. We only asked Boss to decide on a design, so she
Oh,
didn't
okay.
realize we had already started.
How could we only have statues of Mr. Callus and Mrs. Clementine?
Even though Boss is still young, we've all seen the work she's put in regarding the whole synth business and the rebuilding of Poisson.
We wanted to commemorate her contributions.
Are you
with a
wearing a
statue
freaking
as
diving
well.
suit?
I don't know what Spina di Rosula was like in the past, but I know it's a great organization now.
With Navia around, we're not worried about this place's future.
We're gathered here today to tell our boss
How great
that
she
we support
is.
you and
Oh.
believe in you wholeheartedly. I believe everyone is here for you, not the glory days.
That's what we believe as well.
I will also always believe in the bond between
Thank
us.
you so much, everyone. Then I'll be brave and just accept everyone's support for what it is. This really is quite the surprise. I never thought that I'd have the chance to stand next to my mother. Not even in my wildest dreams.
Yay! We have completed it. Cool. Can I see it like up close or something? But this is definitely probably gonna make this as my thumbnail. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna call it there. This is actually one of the better story quests out there, but kind of weird because I'm saying that because I really don't pay attention that much to like story quests and all that when I'm playing. So like doing YouTube now that I have to like commentate and actually like listen to the characters talk and the dialogues. It's actually like really good. It's a good story. I freaking loved it. It actually made me want to pull for Navia because I don't have her yet. So I'm probably gonna do that. I'm gonna try like pulling for her because she's actually a pretty cool character. But anyways, yeah, that is all for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me play this game. If you did, press that like button and subscribe as well to see more of this kind of content. I always post a video a day, so make sure to subscribe to not miss out and ring that bell as well. And lastly, I would really love for you guys to leave your thoughts down in the comments below. I really just love talking to people, so you can expect a reply from me if you do that. So yeah, thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!